Do you believe that pretty privilege exists? Yay, as someone who has been ugly due to a defect and then had it repaired. The difference in how I'm treated is huge. Pretty privilege is very real. As someone who's been on both sides, yes, absolutely. As a young boy, I grew up with crooked teeth and scars all over my face. I looked disturbing to many adults, although I didn't understand that at the time. I was treated very harshly as a kid and grew up identifying as the problem child. I spent most of my childhood at the basketball court playing mostly by myself. Fast forward to puberty. My teeth have straightened out. My scars have faded away. Suddenly I'm popular and girls want to know me. I friend-zoned myself with all of them because I was just happy they even wanted to be my friend. Inside I really felt ugly and thought they just liked me because of my personality. It probably took me 2 or 3 years before I started to believe that somehow people really did find me attractive and they weren't just being nice. In most situations, I do get more privilege than most guys. I'm well aware of it. And by that same token, I remember how it felt as a kid being the outcast. So I make sure I always look past the physical appearance and consciously make sure to give privilege to people based on their vibe alone. Definitely. I grew into my looks. I noticed when people started to be nicer. They go out of their way for you. Sometimes you get stuff for free. Customer service is way easier. Angry people are less angry. Although, post-COVID it's changed. Maybe I got older or gained weight. Everyone seems over everyone else's shit or they have a lower threshold for BS. Absolutely. I'm ugly as hell. My cousin isn't. There's a huge difference in how we're treated. Yes. My college dorm floor was very close. We joined a dodgeball tournament one night. It was fun. I didn't patriciate in the games. But I helped create the shirts and everything. I watched from the second floor as the games played out. In one game, my team versus another. The other team had one of the prettiest girl that was there that night. During the game, someone from my team beamed her in the face. She falls over. And everyone, her team, my team, bystanders on the ground floor, rushed over to her. 2 guys even helped her off the field. That game wraps up and another 2 teams start playing. In this game, a female with a fuller figure, not very attractive, etc., was playing. She gets equally beamed in the face. Falls over like the previous female. But seconds passed and no one goes over to her. She had to pick herself up. Not even a person from her own team checked to see if she is okay. And walk off the field by herself. I was so disgusted with all the people who ran over to the first person and not the second. Any sliver of doubt, for pretty privilege being real, evaporated that night. I dated a pretty blue-eyed blonde cheerleader type. People practically tripped over themselves to be extra nice and helpful. Yes, very much so. People are nicer to attractive people. The only people who deny beauty privilege are attractive people in my experience. It 100% does. Yeah, it's natural to be nicer to pretty people even if you don't realize you're doing it. Do you treat pretty people differently? While individuals may claim that they do not, every culture would place more beautiful people higher than non-beautiful people in some way. The beauty, however, could be subjective. A prime example of this is colorism. Light-skinned people in whatever race is treated better than dark-skinned people. This is true with Asians and even black people. Oh yes. I worked with a couple absolutely beautiful women at my last job. Everyone fawned over them, even I felt the compulsive need to make them happy. Hand to God, they were the meanest, most narcissistic, self-absorbed, worthless in a work environment people you would ever meet in your life. We have a "beautiful is good" bias. Generally, we think physically attractive people are smarter, funnier, and more competent. It may have something to do with evolution, since people who looked good back then were seen as healthier and thus a good choice of mate. So yes, prettier people tend to have an easier time navigating society. Halo effect, I believe it's called, is a real sociology phenomenon. Yes, of course. Abs-fucking-lutely. 10,000%. Yes. Source: I'm ugly.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.